Pamela Portnoy.
I'm Alexa Marie Anderson.
And no one's okay.
We're here.
We're back. Oh no. We're back.
We're here. We're alive.
Somehow we made it.
We're not thriving, but we're here.
We're not thriving today. Today is full of technical difficulties and bad moods.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's
Nothing
fine.
a glass of wine can't fix.
It's that dog meme again. Everything's on fire, but we're fine.
The dog meme is everything. We saw another movie.
We saw a movie.
This time it was a Pam recommended film.
Yeah, it was my recommendation. And I'm glad you liked it. You're still sticking with the fact that you liked it, right?
No, I loved it. I loved it.
Okay, good, because you hated my last one.
I didn't hate it. Hate is a strong word.
My last one was very obscure.
Hate is a strong word. I think I was just...
I told you before you watched it, you'll either love it or you'll hate it.
I didn't hate it, though. So I think your comment is wrong. I didn't love nor... I didn't love it, nor did I hate it. What did you say? I missed it.
I said I'm never wrong.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's not true.
There's a first time for everything, Pam.
Whatever. It's fine.
Okay. We're getting sassy.
Just because your palate for humor is not where it should be. It's not my fault.
All right. Very good. Low blow. It's fine.
Anyway,
fine.
So
Molly's
this
game.
recommendation was Molly's Game.
Woot woot.
I'll just go ahead and actually...
Give us that synopsis.
I'll give you the breakdown, guys. Molly's Game. According to IMDb, it's the true story of Molly Bloom, an Olympic-class skier who ran the world's most exclusive, wow, Pamela, most exclusive high-stakes poker game and became an FBI target. Could I have said that more clunky?
Well, honestly, the last line there is a little misleading because it almost wants you to it looks like you should be saying
like agent,
an FBI agent. I know it's very misleading. It's weird.
My eyes did that. How did you know my eyes did that?
Because mine
she
didn't
become an FBI agent.
No, because mine did it too. And as you started to say it, I was like, did I write that wrong? And then I looked at it and I was like, oh no, it's right. But it seems like she should be saying that.
Should I read it again, or do people get it?
She became an FBI target.
She ran the world's most exclusive high-stakes poker game and became an FBI target.
We're out of our goddamn minds. What's happening?
It is directed by Aaron Sorkin.
Okay.
Written by Aaron Sorkin, and it's based on the book by Molly Bloom. The cast is as follows. Jessica Chastain plays Molly Bloom. Idris Elba plays Charlie Jaffe. Kevin Costner plays Larry Bloom. Michael Cera, player X. Jeremy Strong, Dean Keith. Chris O'Dowd, Douglas Downey. J.C. MacKenzie, Harrison Wellstone. Brian Darcy James as Brad. Bill Camp as Harlan Eustace. Graham Greene as Judge Foxman.
Cue applause.
Yeah.
We've left the building. We are no longer here. I think I'm losing brain cells by not doing anything all day. I don't know. Oh God.
We're doing this. We're
doing this. We're working.
We're working.
All right.
All right. It's fine.
So I loved this.
Duh.
I loved it. I mean, it's Aaron Sorkin. It's kind of hard not to love because he's just so brilliant. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I really loved about it.
One of my faves of all time.
And this is, he's dear to my heart as well.
He's arguably my favorite writer.
Yeah. He's up there. He's up there for sure. Oh God. I lost my train.
I interrupted you
No, it's fine. My brain is just smushed. Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Let's go back to talking about having small attention spans. I was worried that for some reason I was going to because this was my second movie of the day at this point when I watched it. I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to pay attention. But I was so hooked on it the entire time. And I think it really helped that the main character, Molly Bloom, played by Jessica Chastain, she was narrating it.
Yeah.
And that really it was such a smart choice for that film, because there's a lot of things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of moving parts, you know, when they're talking about the poker game and you know, her life. So her narrating it throughout the entire film kept me engaged the whole time. And I was so fascinated with poker after this.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, whoa, like, this is so great. Because
It would be like a really sexy skill to have.
Oh, yes, I know. I was like,
thinking about that. I have a friend of mine who's like a super professional poker player, and I'm like always so impressed. And like there's always like pictures of her at like poker games, and I'm like, oh my god, she's like so amazing, so smart, so hot. Like I just think it's like because it's this game of skill and like mind games.
Absolutely. It's amazing. So fascinating. And it was so cool to like learn about it a little bit while watching the film. And of course I love Jessica Chastain. I think she's outstanding. I'm a huge fan of her. So it was just fun to watch her in a role that I mean, I haven't really seen her in a role like this, actually, now that I think about it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
As a woman that identifies as a redhead,
yes,
do you get really happy to see such badass redhead actresses like Jessica Chastain and Amy Adams?
Yes, I love them so much.
Is it like legitimately like an added element?
It feeds my soul. I'm like, yes, it's another redhead on the film. I can't wait. Like, I love it. And I mean, and you know, Thelma and Louise, they were two redheads too.
That's true. They were a little less. They were a little more subtle.
Yeah, like
because they could almost
strawberry
brownie.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I see. Like auburn,
more brunette-y.
Yeah, but no, I love it. I love it so much, and I look up to her, and I think she's fabulous and gorgeous. She's so pretty.
She's crazy talented. I remember seeing her in a Zero Dark 30. Yes, when she was nominated, and oh my god, I was blown away.
Zero Dark 30 is one of my favorite movies. With her in it, I love it. Love it so much. She's badass in that too.
Yeah, I liked the whole cast for this film. A big fan of Idris Elba. I know a couple of our listeners are huge fans of Idris Elba. And
happy.
Just like their dynamic was pretty fascinating. I'm like obsessed with Aaron Sorkin. I've watched West Wing. I can't tell you how many times I've watched that show through, and particularly the first 4 seasons, which he was writing on, because I think he left after 4th season. So I can't tell you how many times I've watched each of those episodes, not to mention Newsroom, also countless amount of times. I pretty much have Newsroom memorized. It's kind of crazy. Newsroom. And then Social Network and countless other things.
I need to fully watch West Wing.
Yeah, you do.
I know. I actually
should fully watch the Newsroom.
Yeah, I need to fully watch everything, actually.
If I were to really like I don't even, we should play like, what's that game? Is it Kill, Fuck, Marry?
Oh,
that game that people play sometimes. We should play that with like TV shows sometime.
Fuck, Marry, Kill. Is that what it is?
Fuck, Marry, Kill? I don't know. I don't know the order. I don't play that game, but we should play. Because I was thinking, I'm like, if I were to choose like Aaron Sorkin shows, I wouldn't want to kill any of them. Like I just fucking marry all of them because
I love that. How that manifested in your brain. Like,
I'm gonna listen to this later.
That was your thought process.
What was I talking about?
That's amazing. I don't know, but that's great. I was like, is she gonna talk about like the character Aaron Sorkin himself? No. I was like,
no, just his body of work.
Yeah, I agree.
Phenomenal. I love his writing. I love the pacing. I love the
pacing is beautiful.
The intelligence behind it.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about the Sorkinisms, and like I just think it's fun and funny and like an added element to kind of the lore behind Aaron Sorkin. It doesn't annoy me at all. I actually love it. Yeah, and I just love the pacing. I remember listening to an interview he gave where he was talking about how he talked to David Fincher after he made Molly's Game because it was his first time directing. And because David Fincher directed The Social Network, which Sorkin wrote. Mm-hmm. And Sorkin never directed something that he had written before. And so he called up Fincher and was like, how do you when do you get your actors to breathe? Because just the pacing that they have to keep up is so intense. And I guess David Fincher just left, which I think is amazing.
I enjoy the pacing, though. I mean, I like things at that speed. So, but maybe some people don't. I don't know. But I like it.
I do too. Tell me, what are your impressions? This was my suggestion, so I obviously love it. And I do have other things to say.
Okay. No, I want to watch it again is one thing I want to say. Because there's so many things that happen within the games, because they, go back and reference them as she's talking to Idris Elba, who's working with her as her lawyer. And so, they go back and reference the games and, what happened to get her to the point of, being convicted. So I want to kind of watch it again because there's so many things that happen. One of the things, so this is like a quirky thing that I did. So I was watching it with Shane, and the part, and I think I texted you this. So in the beginning of the film, when she first goes into the attorney's office to talk to him, Idris Elba, his daughter is reading The Crucible. It's very brief. It's just like, oh, like, what are you reading? And she's like reading The Crucible. And the very end of the film, there's this scene. It's like the climax of like her not wanting to list the names.
Give up the people in her game.
List the names.
Make a deal with the courts. Yeah.
Right. And she's like starts to say like it's like a famous line of The Crucible. It's like, because it's my name. And I literally,
it's all I have.
It's all I have. It's my name. And I literally paused the TV and I'm like, oh my God, he's so genius. I love this. And Shane's like, what's happening? And I was like, it's The Crucible, Shane. Like she was reading it and now like she's quoting it. And I don't know. I just like thought it was such a geeky, like, I don't know. I just loved it. Like it was a little like nerd moment of mine. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I don't know why.
I cried when that scene came.
I just cried loved it. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know.
And her performance is spectacular. And he's great. They worked off of each other beautifully. I don't know. It made me really emotional because I don't know. I always think about this when I'm doing like emotional scenes. Audiences don't want to watch someone cry. Mm-mm. Audiences want to watch someone fight not to cry. Audiences want to watch a hero.
So true.
And I really feel that from her. Like she tries really hard not to cry in that scene. Mm-hmm. And it's so textbook and so beautiful to watch.
Yeah, she's just so strong throughout the whole film. And you see her fighting to keep that throughout. And I just loved watching her. I loved watching her go through the whole thing. And it just, and to like even to like the beginning of the film when she's talking about when it, it's showing her skiing. Mm-hmm. I that pulls you in right away too. Like the story, just how everything is wrapped in together. With her life and, what she went through. I don't know. I just really...
Her point of view of just like, she's not someone that gives up. She's a person of honor, just like tying into the whole psychology of how she grew up. And it's all really beautifully written.
Mm-hmm. You clearly see, how she became who she is. And I just think it's really beautiful and well done and kept me alert the whole time. I enjoyed it. I was thoroughly entertained.
Totally. I was looking into it a little bit because I'm a big Sorkin nerd. And something interesting that I found out was, obviously this is based on a true story, and Molly Bloom had written her memoir, and someone had contacted Aaron Sorkin, and asked him to read it and, consider taking it on. And I met with the real life Molly, and he talks about, in some press conference, he talks about this. He talks about how like he went into this meeting with like preconceived notions about who she was. Like he thought that she was, you know, he had some ideas of like what she was trying to do, like just talk about like her, you know, brush with fame, basically. That like he had this notion that she was, I don't know, something that he didn't realize she wasn't until he started to get to know her, because he had read about her in the tabloids, and like the media tends to, you know, tear down a lot of people without getting necessarily all the facts right and all the intentions right. So he went into this meeting with all these notions about her, and then he decided to create the storyline between Molly and her lawyer Charlie based on his experience meeting her.
Oh,
So,
I
like,
love
if you
that.
notice,
Really
because
cool.
he didn't actually get to talk to Molly Bloom's real life lawyer. So when he, at the beginning of the film, the lawyer is basically like, you don't need a lawyer, you need a publicist.
Yeah.
Like he had all of these ideas of who she was without actually like knowing where she was coming from. He totally paralleled that to his experience meeting the real life Molly Bloom, which I thought was like super cool.
And it also, now that I know, I didn't know that, and now that I do know that, those scenes make, it's just so interesting. It makes complete sense now.
And even Jessica Chastain talks about it in an interview. She talks about how she had some like preconceived notions about her, and then she started to get to know her and drew a lot of inspiration from her, and like chatting with her experiences and how she thinks, and like what it was like to kind of try to build an empire in a man's world. Which there are so many like fucked up things about what happened in this story, about how so many men, just because she wasn't expressing interest in them sexually, they would get fed up and just try to tear her down. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of, and let's talk about the scene where, was it a mob guy that came up to her room?
Oh yeah, at the end. And
yeah. That scene was infuriating, because I think those two guys that she met with beforehand kind of set her up.
Right. Well, it was them that sent this guy, because they wanted, basically,
they're like, you need protection,
team up with her, and she's like, no, I don't want to team up with anyone. Mm-hmm. I've been doing this on my own. And then they send this guy to beat her up, and he's like, it wasn't a question, it wasn't a suggestion. Not to mention like Player X taking away her game, I know, that she was building, just because she was not hitting on him or giving him attention. Like he was sniffing out the fact that she was making money and getting successful, and that like triggered his ego.
There was like one line he said to her, he was like, well, I think we should start cutting your wages or something like that.
Capping your wages.
Capping your wages. And I was like, ew, you're gross. I was like, like, I was so angry with him at that moment. I was like, ugh.
Like, it's not money that she's like taking away from him.
Exactly. I was like,
he just didn't like that she was making a lot of money.
Exactly. At that point, because I didn't really have like like Player X, like until that point, I kind of was like, okay, I didn't have, too strong of feelings like either way towards him. And then in that moment, I was like, you're disgusting.
So I don't want to get into it like on the show, like who is who, but I did like do some research into who is who, and it's just like crazy fascinating. And you and I could talk about it privately later, but like, because I don't think like celebrity gossip should ever be a thing. Like, I'm not interested in dishing. Even though it, like, honestly, it sparks your curiosity, because they do create this, like the backdrop of the film is all this like money and fame and like luxury and decadence. So it's like the story of like morality that's like anchored in this like backdrop of decadence. And so it does like spark my like innate curiosity, but like I also don't want to gossip. But it's just fascinating.
It definitely is fascinating. I was just curious about the whole thing while I was watching it. It just sparked
What
my
a
curiosity.
world.
Yeah. And I never knew anything about that before I watched this film.
I mean, like, I didn't
know that
either,
was a
but like
thing.
then I thought to myself, I'm like, well, why wouldn't this exist?
I guess so. I just never even thought like underground poker games. Like I had no idea.
And what was interesting is like the whole thing seemed shady the entire time, but like she didn't break the law until like the very end of the film.
Right, exactly. She was doing what she was supposed to be doing. You know, she was making sure it was fair, and they were playing a legal game until the end. Yeah.
Wild.
Okay.
But I just thought it was beautiful. I mean, like on like a whole nother level, other than like the incredible writing and the acting, like I loved the wardrobe. I loved like the vibe of the whole world was like so sexy and so
the hotel room with the drinks and
it was so grandiose and really cool to like be immersed in that kind of world. That's how I felt about John Wick. Oh my God, I'm about to ask you, have you seen John Wick? Oh no, I don't know if I'm going to get you started with John Wick or Terminator. I don't know. I feel like we should run a poll. We're going to run a poll on our Instagram and we'll decide what should be tackled first.
All right. I like that idea. That's a good idea. Speaking of other films, what are we gonna now? I'm like, you have like all these options, and I'm like, what am I gonna recommend?
Too many ideas for you.
What am I gonna recommend?
And I just don't know which is gonna go first. Because these are also movies that like, I feel like watching in quarantine, which is why we decided to start this.
Guess who just got an idea?
You did. What is it?
How many movie musicals have you seen?
A good amount. Which one did you have in mind?
Okay. I'm just thinking. I'm pondering it.
Okay.
I might make you watch.
Do you want to share it with our listeners?
Yeah. Have you seen Sweet Charity, the film?
No.
I might make you watch it.
Okay. You let me know. Is that your assignment officially?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna think about it.
Okay. You let me know.
It might be a regular film, might be that. I'm not sure. Well, wait, have you seen Stand By Me?
No.
I think we talked about this because that's one of my favorite films and you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Why are all my favorite films so old?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm an old soul.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know. I just think it's interesting.
I also am not like necessarily assigning my favorite films. I'm assigning movies that are like must-sees that I feel like watching during quarantine. Like my favorite movies, I haven't assigned a favorite to you yet.
I guess I really haven't either, but Stand By Me would be a favorite.
Like, have you seen The Matrix?
No. I don't...
Oh, no. Oh, no. Now I really don't know what to do. Are you joking me?
No, I haven't. That's not... I just have never... I feel like all the films you're like saying right now, I've never gotten into that realm.
Alexa. Well, I'm gonna bring you into that world, and I'm gonna change your life for the better right now. I'm gonna change your life forever.
I'm scared.
Oh my God. Fuck. Okay, so is it gonna be The Matrix or is it gonna be John Wick?
I don't know. You tell me.
We need to do a poll. Terminator is officially further down the line.
We've talked about, you've seen Fried Green Tomatoes, right?
I feel like maybe I have. Yes, I think I did.
Yeah, you've had. I'm sure you've seen it. That just came into my head and I was thinking about it. I'm trying to think of like other films that I feel like I really want you to watch.
I'm sorry, but I'm assigning you The Matrix.
Okay, fine.
There's no fucking excuse for this.
I'm watching it. I'm watching The Matrix.
Excuse.
I'm watching it. I watch it.
There's no excuse. We're doing that. That's my assignment. Officially, there it is. We're going to be recapping that next time.
All right. Let's do it. I'm ready.
You better
I'm going to ponder it.
It was made in 99 and it still holds up. That's how good it is.
I'm ready. I think I'm going to ponder my choice for you a little bit longer. I can't decide.
Okay. So Molly's Game was a success.
Molly's Game was a success.
I 10 out of 10 recommend for all you listeners. I recommend really anything Aaron Sorkin does. And honestly, this was beautifully cast. So check it out. It's on Netflix right now. In these quarantine times, it's a good escape film.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Alexa.
Yeah.
You okay?
No, because now I'm like I'm like thinking, I have like movies swirling around in my brain, and I'm like, what do I want to make Pamela Portnoy watch?
A tough nut.
And they're all old. I think I'm judging myself right now because they're all old films
yourself.
that keep coming to my head. They're all really like old.
They're good old films. I don't know what you're freaking out about. The thing is, like, there are lots of films I haven't seen, but there are lots of old ones that I have seen just because of my major. Yeah. But shoot me some ideas and we will discuss.
I think it's interesting because I think I at a certain age like started watching way more TV than I did film. Maybe that makes a lot to contribute. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question though?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Gilmore Girls?
Okay, no. I've seen it.
Okay.
But I've never watched it like start to finish.
That's been my quarantine show. I'm rewatching it.
You need to watch One Tree Hill.
I hear it's okay. I hear it's no Gilmore Girls.
Okay, fine. I'll watch. Okay,
I'll give it a shot. I'll watch a couple episodes, but you need to watch Gilmore Girls. Amy Sherman Palladino is the writer. She wrote. You like Maisel, don't you?
I love Maisel.
She's the writer of Maisel.
She wrote Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
She kind of like gives me like they're totally different beasts.
Yeah.
Like, the fast-paced writing, the wittiness kind of vibes with like an Aaron Sorkin kind of palette. Totally different. But oh my God, you need to give Gilmore Girls a shot.
Yeah, no,
honestly, one of the best TV show like love story things. So basically I got really like I was in a mood the other night. I'll tag this. You need to ask me if I'm okay because this is just gonna go on.
Okay, are you okay? I think I thought of a movie though while you were.
Oh yeah, what was it?
Okay, it's one that I just recently watched that you never watched, and it's very recent. And I think you need to watch it.
What is it?
Knives Out.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll watch that
because I want to see what you think of it. Because
I'm sure I'm gonna like it because I hear really good things.
I think you're gonna love it, and that would be fun to talk about. So yes, that is my
Knives Out in the Matrix. This is gonna be a great week. Oh my God!
I'm excited.
Oh my God! I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Okay. Let me write it down before I forget. Right. Not that like we won't talk.
Sorry, that was like totally my OCD coming out because I couldn't even think about anything else until I picked.
Okay, I wrote it down.
All right. Are you okay?
Good choice. No. So I was in a mood the other night and
she puts her hood up over her messy bun. I'm dead.
I know I'm in a mood lately, quarantine times. But I was watching Gilmore Girls and the way she writes, there are two love interests, not to spoil anything, but like the way she writes the arc for one of them is so frustrating.
Two love interests. What could go wrong?
But it's like one of those things where it's like you watch and you're like, when are they going to get together? And it's to the point where it's not even pleasant. So I was in such a mood that I had my fucking remote on fast forward looking to see when the next scene between the two of them would be so I could just watch their scenes because I was getting so impatient.
Wait a second.
And I was fast forwarding through like a season just to see, like finally get to the good part.
I love you so much. I do that with Grey's Anatomy because I'll watch Grey's Anatomy and like Meredith and Derek, like I will wait until they get their scenes together. I'm like my favorite. I love them. So I'll just I'm like I've already seen all this. I just need to get to Meredith and Derek.
Like the chemistry between them and like just the way it's written, it's literally when they're together, my stomach does flips. Like it's that well done. Like my stomach hurts when I see them together. It's just like so good. I think you would really like Gilmore Girls.
It's like that guttural feeling you get when you watch The Notebook and she goes back and they're like on the boat and it starts raining.
Yeah.
And she's like, or he says, it still isn't over.
She goes up and that scene that you love, that she's like, I'm a stupid woman. I shouldn't have come here.
That too. Yeah. I'm a stupid woman. I shouldn't have come here. It's so guttural. Yeah. I love scenes like that.
Literally, I saw them and my stomach was doing flips. Like, I don't think I ever did that. Maybe towards the end with Ross and Rachel on Friends, but like very rarely. And Pam and Jim are another on-screen couple that I feel that way about. But like, yeah, which you haven't seen either of those shows that I just mentioned, which honestly, you guys give her some shit on our Instagram, okay? Tell her that she needs to watch Friends and tell her that she needs to watch The Office.
It's not that I have not watched Friends or The Office. I just haven't watched them from start to finish, okay? The problem is those shows are things that I put on while I'm doing stuff, and then before I know it, I'm like, oh no, I don't
do that.
No,
not the first time around. You earn it, right? You need to watch it the whole way through, and then you earn the chance to finish watching it, like while doing the dishes. No, you need to watch it, and you know what's going on. When you can like quote entire episodes, that's when you can like do dishes while you watch.
All right.
I have very strong opinions about this.
I know. No, I get that. I have shows like that. They're just not those shows, like New Girl.
I haven't seen New Girl.
If you're getting on me about Friends.
If you were to have a poll, don't even give me that. If you were to put a poll on Instagram, people would give you 1,000 times more shit for not watching Friends or The Office than for me not watching New Girl. I bet you.
Fine. I'm sorry. I've just been reading a lot during quarantine, so I haven't had time to watch.
I have too. I've been reading Cormac McCarthy's The Road, and I've been having post-apocalyptic dreams at night. So that has been fucking pleasant for me.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, so I need to take it upon myself to watch all these shows during quarantine, because if not now, when?
It depends what kind of vibe you want. I feel like Gilmore Girls is probably out of those three the most your vibe. So check it out.
Okay. No, I feel like Friends too, though. I like there are episodes of Friends that I love. I just haven't seen them in order.
Friends is an absolute classic, but I do notice when I watch Friends nowadays, there are like certain scenes that it's like, it's a classic and I love the show. So please don't talk shit about me for saying this. There are certain scenes that haven't aged well.
Gotcha. I see. I get that.
But it's a classic, and I still really love watching reruns, and it still makes me laugh. It's hilarious, and Ross and Rachel is like one of the greatest fucking TV love stories ever. So, wow. I was on one on this episode.
You did it.
Shit.
You did the thing. I love it.
Anything else before we say goodbye to our dear friends?
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. We love you.
Yeah, we love you.
Crazy times.
I'm going to watch Friends. Don't worry.
She's going to watch Friends. She better watch all of them. I started her off on The Office. She didn't follow through on it. We'll see if we can get her to watch Gilmore Girls.
I know. I need to. I'm going to come back next time, and I'm just going to be like,
a new woman.
I know all the things now.
Because next time you're also going to have seen The Matrix, and that's literally going to shake up your brain.
Yes, my mind's just going to be blown. I'm excited.
We should start our own film major.
Yes. Love that idea.
Thanks so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the things. If for some reason you want to see more of us, you can follow us on Instagram at No One's Okay.
And a special thanks to Jordan Ross Weinhold, Sean Moore, Jason Crow, Claire Palmer, Jackson Palmer, Tiffany Haymoff, Shane Rings, James Liddell, and our podcast is recorded at Soundworks Studios. We can't wait to meet you!